Hey guys, Hayden here. So it just happens that a good friend of mine on Steam is still using his gaming PC that he purchased in 2009. It's running Windows XP 32-bit, so we couldn't find any decent recording software to record benchmarks with, but at the very least we were able to do minimum, maximum, and average frame rates. Being a more mid-range PC, it's not the most amazing machine in the world now, but it gets the job done and easier to run titles. The PC hardware itself includes 3GB of DDR2 RAM, an AMD Athlon 64X2 5800 plus CPU at 3.0 GHz, which was released in 2006 and is a dual-core CPU based off of the 65nm Brisbane architecture on an 85W TDP, 1MB of L2 cache, and is designed for the AM2 socket type. The GPUs are two NVIDIA 9500 GTs in SLI configuration. The 9500 GT was released in July 2008, is packing a laughable 32 CUDA cores, 512 MB of DDR3 VRAM on each card, which will not stack and only counts as 512 MB in total, for those of you who didn't know, has a core clock of 550 MHz, a 50W TDP requiring a 350W power supply minimum, and no power connectors. The card only has a DVI-I port, VGA, and S-Video on the rear. These graphics cards aren't incredibly high-end. Well, actually, they aren't high-end at all. But mainly, I wanted to benchmark this PC to see how long hardware from that era would last before finally dying out and becoming mostly obsolete. So that's the question we're here to answer today. Is the PC obsolete, or can it still keep up? Let's find out in the next minute or so with the benchmarks. So as you can see, the GPUs and the CPU are starting to show their age in newer titles, struggling to hit that playable 30 FPS mark in some games. But to be honest, I will admit that I was surprised to see how well the PC performed given its age. Overall, I think you really should not build this PC if you're on a tight budget and are searching used. Because not only are the GPUs very lackluster nowadays, but games also need more than 512 MB of VRAM and at least 4 threads. On the topic of the CPU, the AM2 socket type of which it fits with is very old and dead by modern standards. And of course, that 3GB of RAM will hold you back quite a bit as well. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Peace.